All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's a Thursday. It's 8 p.m. UK time. How are you doing? I'm so happy to be here. I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here with me. It's a Thursday. Hi, if you're watching, it's worst day ever. Je suis Eleanor Conway. Nice to meet you. If you're watching this live on Instagram, 8 p.m. Thursdays, UK time, or you might be watching it on YouTube, catch up, or Facebook, or the Twitch. I don't know anymore. I don't know anything anymore. If you want to find out more and watch future episodes, then go to my Instagram. That's the best place to get me. And hit subscribe and follow and do all the social media things that I'm not very good at. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments how you are doing. What else did I want to say? I wanted to say, if you are interested in finding out live dates when I'm back on the road after Rona 2, lockdown 2 is ended and we've all sort of come out the other end and it's 2022 and we're not sad anymore and we're not living in a dystopian future where everything seems horrible and shit. Why don't you go to eleanorconway.com and sign up to my mailing list. Hello, Nin. Hello, Mikey B. Hi, peeps. All right, Gaza, how you doing, boy? How are you? Let me know in the comments what you're doing. Also, do you like my new little do? I spent a small fortune that I clearly don't have on this very fancy haircut before I go away to Manchester. That is a new thing. Right, listen, coming up tonight, we've got the lovely Dylan Palladino on the show later on. He lives in America. I thought, Wagwan Nin, how are you doing on Instagram? He's coming on the show in a bit. He's going to tell us all about everything about American. It's actually, to be honest, today's show, thanks mate, to be honest, today's show has very much a US vibe. I feel like we should all be in solidarity, all in solidarity with our American brothers and sisters who are going through a very difficult time. I'm feeling anxious, even though I've not even got a part to play in an American election. Hopefully, if you're watching this in the future on YouTube catch up, I hope this is all sorted out by then. I hope we're all living a happier life. Hi, Eamon. Hello, Believing 38. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? It's looking all right. Listen, I wanted to say thank you to all the people that have been supporting the stream every blimmin' week. Big up the bad boys and girls that have been giving me money and helping me get through this. Big up my Patreons, Peter M, Jay, Robbie D, Stephen P, Mikey B and W. Actually, Mikey B and W shouldn't be lumped together as like one person. They are both separate entities. They probably don't know each other. Michael B and Michael W. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you want to support the stream, and by the way, you're not supporting pricey haircuts. I got this pricey. I'm in debt because of this pricey haircut. That went on my credit card. So don't worry. If you're going to give me money via PayPal or Patreon, I won't be I'm not going to use it to buy expensive haircuts. I'm going to be using it for Botox instead. Right. I'm just kidding. Right. If you want to share one of your worst date evers or worst sex stories, then feel free to drop it in the comments. Or if you're feeling a bit shy or you want to go into it more detail, you're like, oh, actually, I want to come on the stream. Why don't you just DM me? Why don't you just DM me? I love the fact that Gaz Riley on YouTube is taking this opportunity to moan about in the comments. He's like, crazy times that we're living in. I'm supposed to be going to Iceland in December, but I might have to cancel it. Yeah, mate, you're probably going to have to cancel it. We're in quite a serious lockdown. Right. I want you to share your worst date ever, worst date sex stories, all that sort of business. Let me know. You can do it anonymously, and me and my guest will tear it apart during a stream. Or if you're feeling bold, like my next guest, why don't you come on the stream and just share it in real life through the magic of the technology that I've spent 5 months trying to get sorted out. All right, I'm gonna bring on Liza now, right? And she's asked for a little bit of anonymity, but she's sort of like defeated the object of being on a stream with her actual face on it. But anyway, listen, people on Instagram, people in the YouTube comments, if I would like, because we don't have like an audience, right? And I want to get some like interaction happening. So I'd like you to press your hearts. Give me loved up emoji icons in the comments by way of applause. All right, by way of applause. And welcome to, welcome to the worst date ever stream. It's Liza. Liza, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Where are you? And where is that delightful mantelpiece based?
I'm in a Victorian house in Edinburgh, and I hope my Scottish accent doesn't throw you off.
You're American, aren't you American?
Yes. I'm a New Yorker in Edinburgh.
Okay, my condolences. My condolences at the
Oh.
moment. Let's happy, joy. I can't deal with the anxiety of it all. What can I ask? What's your marital status at the moment? Are you out on the vibes? Are you on the apps?
Listen, I am single and open and interested. And listen, nobody has been on these dating apps longer than I have. Okay, I'm serious. I was like on the internet in 1993, 1994, and when Match.com and all these came up, I was one of the first people there. And here I am single. Thank you very much.
Mate, so like you're the greatest of all time. You're a total dating goat, mate. That's what you are. So what did you ever do? Like, 'cause my mum got divorced when I was quite young, and she used to try internet dating, but it was back in the night. It was ages ago. It was like it must have been in the early 90s when you would just get like sent a video. Did you ever do the video ones where it'd be like, "Hi, my name's Adrian. I like fishing." Did you ever get one of those?
No, and you're making me be very grateful for the fact that I didn't. But back in those days, when you were setting up an internet date, you had to tell like 5 friends and your mother where you're going to go. You had to send them this guy's picture. You had to do everything to make sure that nothing happened to you. You know, I'm not back in, 4 hours to call the FBI kind of thing. It was early days.
Mate, do you know what? Living in London and having been on all of the apps, and also having been quite a heavy drinker and now don't drink. I've been in some awful situations, like where I don't know. That seems so quaint and so safe to tell a friend who you've gone home with.
Didn't say anything about going home with them. I'm talking about meeting somebody out, but we can talk about your dating.
Yeah, no, sorry, I get confused. Sorry, I'm a British woman, like a first date is a fuck as far as like me dating in the olden days. But now I'm much more spiritual, sober, and I don't do that. I'm a reformed hoe bag, sort of. I guess so. Anyway, so do you date quite a lot of Scottish guys up there?
I haven't had one date since I moved to Scotland.
What do you think you're doing wrong?
I don't think I'm getting out, and I'm being shy, and that's a big no-no, I think. I'm open to suggestions.
Wait, are you on any of the apps?
Yeah, I'm on one app now, but what do you do during COVID?
You have a lot like webcam sex. Are you into that? I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry. I think I'm a little bit turbocharged. I am definitely not the model of modern dating that should be taken any advice from, really, to be honest. But I get it. But I think what this has done is it like, have you ever done any of those I think what Tinder and that are doing now is they're doing the video component where you can get to know somebody before, and it takes the promise of sexual and physical connection out of it, which is probably, it's good for someone that's a bit of an addict. But have you not tried that?
I did have a video call with somebody, and that was fine. But I have some friends in the U.S. and even some here who are saying that this is a great time to go out for a socially distanced walk or somewhere, because you don't have all that pressure, as you said. But I haven't found anybody local.
There's loads. Oh my God! There's some of the hottest guys in the world in the UK in Edinburgh. Are you in Edinburgh?
Yeah, yes, I am, but I'm also 52, and maybe they're all 36.
What's wrong with that? Maybe we could go a bit young. Do you not like younger men at all? Honestly.
No, I believe me, I have, but they're not within my search parameters. So what I'm getting from you, the tips I'm getting from you are, first of all, your over the top neon turbocharge needs to rub off on me. So this is.
I mean, that's what got me into issues in the first place, Liza. To be honest, rubbing off on people.
Okay. And videos, and maybe expand my parameters.
I definitely think there's nothing wrong with going a bit younger. I mean, 36. It's still. I mean, there's still lovely men in anywhere. Why don't you just widen the distance? Because like for example, Glasgow. There's places like Fife and like I don't know near Edinburgh that I never really get to during the festival. But I reckon if you could probably get yourself like some rugged sort of like descendant of Braveheart or something.
Yes, that would complete my Scottish experience.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming onto the stream today. Look, Liza, this stream is called Worst Day Ever. Would you do us the honour of sharing your worst day ever?
Well, I had quite a collection to choose from. And I want to tell you about one specific, but what I have to do first is I just have to set the scene a little bit, okay? The scene in New York is that it's practically impossible for girls to date. Now we're going back to like 2013 now, and there are about 12 women for every straight man, because most people are gay, or maybe they're Jewish and they don't want to go outside the Jewish faith, or they're married and they want an affair, but they don't want a relationship. So basically, you could be a guy that doesn't shower, doesn't have a job, doesn't have all his teeth, and girls will swarm to you. You don't have to buy them drinks. You don't have to go across the bar, make eye contact, and approach them. They all just come to you. So that's setting the scene, okay? And there's a lot of smart, hot girls in New York at that time. So I don't know what it's like now.
So are you saying in polite ways that there's a lot of eight and a lot of high quality women and just like scraping the barrel with the old men?
Oh, not old. I'm talking about all ages. I mean, the guys don't have to do anything because they are so outnumbered by great girls.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I was doing my online dating and I got matched with this guy named Will. Now, as it turns out, Will is in journalism. I've spent my life working in the media business. Well, it's kind of like Ken. Anyway, it turns out that I got his full name. I looked him up on LinkedIn, and he was friends with my coworker, another guy. So I said, well, that's a bit of insurance.
That's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. If you've got a connection, that's it.
He's not going to be a jerk. Right?
Did you do the thing which I often do is if I find someone's job on LinkedIn is I go to like a job directory and find out how much that sort of job earns?
No, I didn't do that, but I figured, he's got a house over his head. And then before we even met, he told me he was in a divorce, no children, and it was costing him a lot. Maybe he was setting me up not to, expect him to be some kind of sugar daddy. So we chatted, and I just want to say that I am the girl who, when the bill comes, says, "Hey, can I chip in?"
But do you mean it, Liza? Because
I do mean it.
Oh, I don't. I don't even bother like pretending. I just don't bother.
And do you do the alligator arms like, oh, I can't reach my wallet. Oh, where's my credit card?
I mean, I just think it's a little worse if you kind of go, oh, do you want me to pay? And you've got no, but maybe that's because I'm tight and I'm poor. So you were fully expecting to go into this date, because I always thought that the culture of US dating was that the guy paid, like it was very much a bloke paying sort of scenario. But are you saying you were different from that?
No, the scenario, the traditional way is that the guy would pay on the first date, maybe the second date or the third date, and then as a working woman who's all about equal rights and all that. Yeah, you need to show a little, we're coming in on equal terms, but there's still, chivalry and male, and you're feminine and masculine.
Oh, you're too much of a good woman. You're too much of a good woman, Liza.
So anyway, I just want to say that the guy, I think, should pay on the first date, especially if the guy asks you out. Whoever asks you out should be paying. Be prepared to pay. But I don't like to presume anything, so I always offer to, hey, can I chip in? Or he'll often say, oh, if you want to leave the tip, or if you want to buy me a drink later. And that's great.
So you go on the date with Will. Was it a pleasant date? Was it dinner? Was it a pleasant date? How did the date go?
So he said, let's meet for drinks and then go for dinner. And you pick out, we're going to have drinks first. And I got this restaurant that I really love. So we went to this great place. We had a pitcher of sangria. And I went to the ladies' room and he got the bill. And I knew it was going to be $17 each because my mind is working. And when I came back, he's like, oh, I took care of that. And I said, wow, that was really nice. Thank you. I didn't expect that, just because I've been let down so many times. So then we proceed to go to the restaurant. And we ate, it was like Asian and it was pretty cheap. So, appetizer.
Hang on. He paid for the drinks. You went for drinks, sangria first. He paid for the drinks, and you're like, oh, amazing.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I didn't expect that. I thought we would split it or whatever. So then we go to the restaurant that he picked out, and we ate, and then the bill came. Well, actually, I didn't eat my whole meal, so I had it wrapped up for takeaway. Still wrapped. Everybody does that. It's a way of life in New York.
No. I would do that totally. I am the biggest. I'm totally with you. So in terms of like, when you go on Google Maps and it says how expensive the restaurant is it like a £1 sign, or is it like £2 signs or £3 signs or £4 signs? Like, what's the level of priciness, do you reckon?
Oh, well, it was probably about $45 for 2 meals.
Oh, cheap.
Yeah. And so he ate everything. I had some left over. And, oh no, sorry, I got this mixed up, is that I didn't finish my whole meal. So he proceeded to take my plate and finish my meal. And then the bill came, and he was really cautious about the bill. And I said, can I pitch in? And he said, actually, no, I don't have any money. I thought I was going to be, I didn't know I was going to be buying all those drinks before. And and so he had zero money. I mean, I don't know a 40-something-year-old man that doesn't have a credit card. And do you know that I paid for dinner?
Mate, so there was no second date. You just, how did it end? So you basically, he's taken enough, he's got enough money to pay for the sangria, but he's not got enough money for the dinner. So like, what was he expecting to do? I guess he was I don't get why he would go out with someone if you're that fucking skint.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I think this guy must have been on the take. I think he was expecting to pull this. And I asked a bunch of my friends afterwards, and they're like, you should have just walked out. I mean, everybody would have been like much more, in his face about this, and just got up and walked out. But I always like to give the benefit of the doubt to people, but I'm like, what 40-something-year-old man who has a job and, seems legit, would go out with $35 and blow it all? I don't know.
But you know what? But what I love about it is that he wanted to meet you so bad that, I don't know, he just thought he'd chance it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. He should have maybe said, like, let's I'm between paychecks, I'm self-employed, blah, blah, blah. Let's just go out for a drink.
It's not about money. It's not at all about money. It's all about, how you engage with people. And I was really, let me put it this way. When you've been walking in the desert for years and years and years, and you come upon a cactus and you go to smell it because you feel like it's a rose, and then you get stung with all its prickers in your face, that's what dating in New York was like. And that's what dating Will was like. And I can't call it dating because I saw him once or twice.
Hang on,
But
whoa. You saw him again?
did I? No, I think I talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him. But the bad part was after this scenario at the restaurant where the waiter felt embarrassed because he was telling me that he didn't have money in front of the waiter. Um, I let him walk me back to my apartment and I let him kiss me. And it was gross.
Oh,
I had to go.
Liza.
Oh,
What do you think?
it's
What do
like, do
you
you
think?
have any standards?
I know, but what do you think you could have done better or done differently in that situation? Like, if you were presented with the same set of circumstances again, is there anything that you think you could have done better? I guess, or that he could have done better?
Well, well, first of all, I think that we should have just gone for a drink. We shouldn't have yeah, we should have ended it at Sangria and there might have been another date.
That's it.
Um,
To be honest, I never go on dinner on the first date because like then you're just then you're just tied into it and it's a long haul.
yeah.
I mean, well, look, have have you taken that on board for future dates? Have you changed your first date dinner rule? Or are you still going on dinner dates, or have you still gone on dinner dates on the first date?
No, no more dinner dates on the first date.
See, look, it was a terrible day, and yes, it was an expensive one for you, but you learnt a valuable lesson there.
Yes, but I want to tell you something. Can I share another lesson? Is that if somebody creeps you out on the first date, don't go on the second date. And on this first date that I had with this guy, he pulled out a picture of his 9-year-old daughter and said, "Could you be a mother to her?" I should have I should have walked out of the bar at that moment. But instead, I met him for a second date, and he presented me with like a rose from The Bachelorette.
That's so romantic.
Not, no, no.
If it makes you feel any better, I met somebody's kid on the third date of meeting them, and that freaked me out because I don't like children. Listen, Liza, thank you so much for coming on the Worst Date stream. Look, I mean, what are you looking for? If maybe someone's watching and they're like, oh, I quite like the look of Liza, and I live near Edinburgh. Is there anything that is there anything that you're particularly got on your must-haves?
I just think having a sense of humor is absolutely essential. Like, you know what? Take life seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. You know, you got to be down to earth. You got to be able to laugh. And please brush your teeth.
And on that note, I just want to say thank you so much to Liza H. We're going to keep you slightly anonymous for coming on the Worst Date stream. If you could give her a big round of applause by show of hearts in the Instagram thing or in the comments, I will pass them on to the lovely Liza. Liza, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for your tips.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to know if they work. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Big thanks to Liza for doing that. Thank you so much. Liza's got to switch it there. She switched her little audio off. Let's just run through some of the comments. We're going to take a real short break. Hang on. No, we've got to take a short break. And then I'll come back with our second guest. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll have a break first. Instagram, you're going to come back, go away and then come back again. Everybody else, just hold on tight. I've got another screen for you. I'm going to bring on another guest and then we're all going to have a chat and then we're all going to get naked. Only joking. Or am I? All right, I'll see you in a minute. See you in like 3 minutes. Okay? Okay. All right, you lot, part 2's happening. Welcome to part 2 of Worst Date Ever. I don't even know what date it is. I have no idea, mate. It's the 6th. It's the 5th. It could be the 6th. Who knows? I'm Eleanor Conway. This is the Worst Date Ever stream. If you're watching this, you're watching it live on Instagram, 8 p.m. UK time every Thursday. Or you might be watching it live somewhere else on one of my other social media platforms. Regardless of that, you can always watch it on catch up. Some of you might be doing that the next day, Friday, on my YouTube channel. That was a lot, wasn't it? What a wonderful, wonderful worst date ever with Liza H. That was amazing. I don't know. I think I scared Liza slightly with the sort of brevity of how quickly I like to get naked. Not anymore, guys. Trying to be a sober woman. Listen, please hit subscribe. Follow me on the gram, follow me on the YouTube. And also, if you want to find out where I'm going to be performing live once all this madness is bloody over, then feel free to go to eleanorconway.com and sign up to the old mailing list. And please put your city so I can come and stalk you in a really sort of like nice, lovely, hilarious, funny, inappropriate way. Thank you. Right, coming up, we're having more American vibes. So we're going to bring on Dylan Palladino. I hope I've got his second name right. Listen, can you make him really feel quite welcome, please? Hang on, let's just bring up the chat so I can see what's going on. Oh, hang on, before I do that, Ray Thompson, have you ever got a mail talking about his worst dates? Because I've got stories for days. I know, Ray. But we've got a man coming on now, mate. But yeah, I'd like to have you on. Please come on. Cool. What were the comments saying? Penfold on YouTube says, sounds like I need to head to the States then. Gaz said, I met a 19-year-old on Saturday, far too young for me. Don't know, depends how old you are. Are you 28, Gaz? I feel that would be an okay age to date someone that is also 19. However, if you're 50, slightly old, unless you've got lots of money. I'm not sure how moral that is. Good, please feel free to continue giving me your comments in the old comments. Listen, let's bring him on all the way from NYC. It's Dylan Palladino. Have I got that right, Dylan?
You got it. Yeah. Okay, cool. The video's working. What's up?
Yeah. Hi, how are you? What are you
I'm
drinking?
good. It's 3 p.m. Drinking something. Gotta get some second coffee in, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The sun is setting earlier and earlier.
That's because you're heading into an apocalypse, mate. That's why. Yeah,
you're telling me, bruv. I'm thinking every day about what the hell's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's causing me anxiety, and I've got no skin in the game. It's stressing me out. Cool, but let's keep it jolly. Let's keep it jolly.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Oh, I have questions for you.
Go for it.
Yeah, I have. I've got them. I've got them. I do. What is your marital status at the moment, Dylan?
Single, not married. Never been married. We'll see if I ever do.
Okay, yeah, me. I feel you. I don't know if you're going to get married either. Where do you? Can I ask? Are you a straight man?
Yeah, I'm a straight man.
Cool. Where do you find vagina?
On the apps usually.
Do you?
And sometimes sent to me on DM, but usually the apps. Yeah.
What?
What?
How do you what? What do you mean? Just someone sends you a picture of their fanny on the?
On the fanny, yeah. Yeah, well, if they call it their fanny, I'm losing whatever fucking hard on I had. But yeah,
that's
there's certain.
That's what we call vaginas over here, mate.
Yeah, I know that's what you call it, but that's what you call it, like in passing. You're never saying like, "Ooh, fuck my fanny." Come on.
How many British women have you slept with?
None, but have you ever said that? Oh yeah, mate, stick that piece in me fanny. No, you haven't said that, have you? Come on.
All right, fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's a word for it, but it's not a sexual word for it. I mean, fanny's a good word. But yeah, I actually haven't had sex with a British woman, and you know what? I'd love to. But right now, the planes are cut, so
I know.
There's but my friend did just move to London, so you know when my friend has. Once the airways are open, I'll be flying over there to see him, and maybe you can help me out.
Maybe I can. I had a look at your Instagram feed today. I was very appalled. Appalled at the clip that you said Dating apps don't suck. You do. I find that
Yeah,
very
yeah.
offensive.
It's true. That's why you find it offensive.
Fuck off.
Because you're like, it's my fault. And here's
Yeah.
the thing. I mean, look, it's partially your fault and partially guys suck on it as well. That clip is at everyone, dude. Most people suck on them. No one tries. They get upset and they go in with the expectation that it's going to be easier than regular dating. And it's not. The only thing easier about it is that you have access to more people. It's a numbers game, dude. Statistics.
Okay,
Math class.
All right. I'm getting called out on the Instagram comments. Beth, who is a regular, said I would. She'd bang you. And then she's telling me to stop blushing. Oh, shut up. Right, okay. It's been a long lockdown. What can I say?
Yeah.
This is the closest I've gotten to a date in a while. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I've had to come off them. I've had to come off them because they're just. I can't.
They can be a lot. They can be too much. They like. It's not that they're great. It's just it gives you more possibility. You know what I mean? But yeah, they can. The thing that can happen is that you treat like any other app. They're trying to get you on them as often as possible. So they have all these notifications and shit, and they can feel overwhelming. And you're like, I just can't do this anymore.
Well, look, I've got this thing that I don't believe that dating apps are in the business of finding you love. I believe that they're in the business of keeping you searching for love. It's all about that attention, isn't it? It's all about that bing, bing, bing. Oh my God, he's the one. He might be the one. Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And every connection is it's devalued. It's just this sort of. Do you know what? I did a thing about because I was I'm in recovery, so part of my thing was to go I had to basically
settle. Yeah, you had to settle the score. Tell people you're sorry for wronging them. You know, sorry for giving them.
No. I had to stop fucking so much dick because it was really affecting my recovery. So I went on.
Wait, hold on. Are you in recovery from alcohol or from sex?
Both. Oh
yeah, I feel that. The second one, not the first one, but the second one for sure.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
No, yeah, I was just talking about this the other day. It's junk food sex. When you just fuck a bunch of people and it never means anything, and then you feel like shit after. It's like eating a bunch of junk food. It's great when you're doing it, and then right after you're like, why did I just do that? You know?
Yes. See, I really loved doing cocaine back in the day, and now I don't. Do it. It's really it's almost like a drug, but I can't. I'm doing it sober, so I don't know. It feels weird. So I went celibate for about a year. I just didn't do anything.
Whoa, for a year.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like it was.
Was it?
Yeah, because I stopped valuing a room based on the penis in it. Like I'd get really disappointed when I'd be like, "Oh, and they'd be like, "We're married." I'd be like, "Can't fuck them." Do you know what I mean? I'd get very like.
Damn, you were intense. You were worse than me. Wow, that's great. I mean, it went well with the cocaine, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think are you a sex addict?
I'm like teetering, but I've been able to like notice it. So I'm not an addict because it wasn't ruining my life.
Right.
It was just becoming the thing that I was putting a lot of time into, and I was just making the same mistake over and over again. Hooking up with people I didn't care about, thinking the next person was like just searching for validation in other people, wanting something new, and then kind of not disposing. I wasn't shitty to anyone, but being like, I'm over you after 2 times, you know?
Yeah, so I've been single for ages, and I've not been able to get past date 3 in probably like 12 years because it's almost like I like rushing to the end of it. I like rushing to the end of it because I'm like, well, it's not going to end well. No relationships end well anyway. So what's the point? Why not I just crash it? Just fucking crash.
Well, then what's the end? What are you rushing to?
I'm rushing to
what's the end?
Sex, and then just trying to get as much intimacy out of it as possible, and then just car crash it.
Okay.
So that it's really healthy.
Yeah, very, very healthy. That sounds fun to watch, but not fun to be part of. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, So I'm sort of not there. I'm not in that space now, but I did have a couple of months.
So you were celibate for a year, and then now you're getting back into getting some dicks in you.
Not well. I was celibate for a year. Then I met someone in Australia when I was on tour, and then I was just like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
And then I spun out, and then I had another period of celibacy, and then I got on a fetish app about a month ago because I was like, I'm gonna try this, and I don't have any fetishes, Dylan. Really, to be honest.
Oh, have you discovered any? Because I don't have any either.
No, just I'm a chronic oversharer. Just I'm like maybe that's
Okay.
my fetish. Maybe that's my fetish.
Well, maybe you can like overshare and then the guy can like hit you and then like maybe you'll like that a little bit. I don't know.
No, I've already been there. That was not one I liked.
No?
But, no. But I ended up having sex with a 26-year-old polyamorous guy with a mullet from Australia.
Ugh.
And now I'm leaving London, and that's
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
he
Oh,
was a
God.
nice guy, but just not emotionally emotionally available. Dill.
Yeah, but he sounds. Was he cool? He was cool?
Yeah, he was super cool, but he was like
A 26-year-old guy from Australia with a mullet
girlfriend.
who's polyamorous sounds like a fucking nightmare. Honestly.
It sounds like what I should be.
He
going
doesn't
for.
shower. He sounds like he doesn't shower. And he sounds like, I don't know, there's so many other things about him. Maybe he is cool. Yeah, I don't know. But wait, hold on. Did he have a ponytail or?
He just had one of those hipster mullets that you're just like, oh, that's just super ironic.
Yeah, no, you were attracted to the fact that he was kind of dirty. You were like, that's cool.
No, I was
You're like, I want my hand to get trapped in that hair. That'll be nice. Yeah.
I liked the fact that he was just like really honest on the first date. That's what I liked. Because often I find men on Tinder and Bumble and the rest, they're sort of emotionally grey. They'll say they're looking for one thing, but then their actions will show something else.
See, okay. But that's why just look at someone's actions. In dating, I take what someone says, but I watch their actions a lot more.
Yeah.
Because those are what says it. And so many women that I've dealt with are always like, well, you said this, or like, I need you to say it. And I'm like, I'm telling you with how I'm acting, which is I don't text you. Like, what is you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happy you left the guy alone, but it's cool that you fucked a 26-year-old, I guess. Better dicks than 40-year-olds, right? Sometimes, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I don't think that all penises are the same. I think they're all individual, and so I don't want to sort of like compartmentalize.
I mean, the dicks, yeah. Yeah, their dicks are, some are bigger, some are smaller, but they're dicks.
Cool, good. I'm glad we chatted about that.
No, you aren't.
No, he just sort of went. What are your pet hates that women do on apps?
My pet, not keep the conversation going. You got a lot of the women, they just expect the conversation to come to them and they give some stupid fucking 3-word response back. And yeah, it sucks when you do that because we go, all right, why the fuck are we trying? If you want to know one thing that's going to make me not take the person like seriously at all is if they go, haha, that's great. And that's it. I go, all right, well, I'm definitely just going to fuck you and that's it. Like, I mean, I don't know what. I don't like that. I don't like it when girls put pictures of them with all their friends. I don't like it when girls put pictures of them in sunglasses. And I don't like when girls make the same face in every single picture. When I'm looking at a profile, I want to see you as a person, not just you with the one face that you know looks good from the one angle.
Oh,
that's what I want to see. That's how I think about it.
I feel you, and this is the same for look. I have to hands up. It's just that we get a lot of people in our DMs, and it can be kind of. Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Look, guys are horrible. Guys are horrible. Yeah, a lot of guys don't know how to talk to women, and they also just go from 0 to 100. And I get it. It can be tiring. I fucking get it. I still am allowed to not like those things, but trust me, I'll never defend the guys that are like responding to girls' pictures, eating a sandwich, and the guy being like, "Oh, what else you could fit in your mouth?" Like guys really say that, and I know that because I have friends who are women who have shown me the responses, and then I go like, "How does anyone think this is a good idea?" But
Gaz on YouTube says thought these sites were just for hookups. No, there are people that meet people. Like my brother met his like baby mama and wife to be on Tinder, and then Beth on Instagram says when I write a thesis, why don't they reply? That's the problem. You should never write. I don't think you should write too long.
Don't write long. Don't write long.
What do you think?
Banter. Banter.
Oh, it's so long though. It's so much effort to banter for like if you're just. How can you keep the banter energy up, Dylan? I think you just have to both be on the. I think you banter back at least 5. Like first, you got to see the person's on your wavelength, because if they're not really going to banter, then you got to switch and go. All right, let's meet. They're not trying to talk. That's fine. Whatever. Let's just meet then. But see if there's banter energy. If there is, that's good. Then you try to meet. Don't be writing long things unless that's the vibe of the conversation. The whole point of the convo is just to be like, is this person a psycho? And do we have anything in common? And then if the answer is yes, you go, you see them. I don't know. Look, my problem, I know what you're saying, but my issue with the banter sitch is that when somebody messages you, you say it in back to yourself in your own mind, right? So like, it could be like, how was your weekend? Or like, how was your weekend? Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of like the tone. I can never really understand the banter within somebody's DM message because I'm hearing it in my own voice, which I obviously like.
Well, that should help, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But then the banter, I guess so. Why do men flake? Like, you know, when you try and get them on the phone or like meet them.
Yeah. Girls ask to. Meetings shouldn't take long, but a lot of guys are non-committal and they want to, like, I don't know, going on the phone. Going on the phone is like an intimate thing. Same with FaceTime. When someone's like, let's FaceTime, it's like, dude, your face is like right up on mine. I'd honestly rather go on a date with you. Like people want to, and I know girls do this because they like want to make sure the guy isn't fake.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like the fact that some guys are just, I don't know, guys get nervous. A lot of dudes don't feel confident, like going on dates. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's that we want to find out if the guy's a psycho or not. I think it's because we're all fantasists. A lot of women are fantasists. So once we've played through the daydream of what our children are going to look like, we want to hear the voice that's going to be the father.
Oh yeah,
so
okay.
More to put into the fantasy. That's what I think.
I got you.
I think that's probably more like it. What was my other question? Oh yeah, I think I answered. Oh yeah, how do you know a woman's mental? Because I think I probably know all of. Like, is there 3 signs that you've got? Is there anything that women do? Then you go, this is a red flag.
There are a lot of red flags. I would say if her hair is any color besides her natural hair color. Usually some kind of, not blonde to brunette. I mean colors.
Okay.
If you've got brown hair and then your hair's fucking blue, there's something going on. I'm not saying I'm not into it, because I am. I'm attracted to red flags. I see that and I go, they're mentally unstable and that's fucking hot. That's what I think. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I go, let's fucking reel that girl in right now.
She looks like she'll kill me in my sleep. I mean,
yeah. That. What are other red flags? I would say if a girl refers to herself as a princess, that's a real red flag, because it means she's very high maintenance. Or if a girl says she's high maintenance, stuff like that, those are red flags.
What's your age range? What age range do you go for? What's your age range filter usually?
Well, for a while it was like 22 to 30, and then I hooked up with too many 22-year-olds that were, like, no offense, fucking idiots, and it's also it wasn't, we weren't on the same level, you know. I'm 28, so like I was also like, I should up it, and so now I think it's 25 to 35, and now I'm seeing girls that are like around my age, and it's easier to talk to them, so that's where I'm at.
So I set up like a bloke dating profile, and just to see what women did on Hinge or whatever, and I've definitely noticed that like the like 20 to 25-year-old women, like they're their profile pictures are intense. Like they're very sort of Instagram, like just.
Yeah, they all look super hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
Yes.
I've got to compete with that. I can't compete with that. I can't.
Yeah, but I know what they're doing, and I can see that they're all set up, and it just screams to me like completely unnatural and like not candid, and like probably boring as a person. If you have really good photos like that, you probably take yourself a little bit too seriously, I think, and it's what I've found.
Do you think it's like a category of that age range rather than that whole category? Because obviously I don't see women's profiles from, well, I'll see my friends' profiles if they show me it, but I won't see the other side of the coin. So is that sort of like almost porny Instagram influencer? Like is that just a segment of the 20 to 25 market when it comes to women? Or is it all of everybody?
I think it's a segment.
Okay, fine.
It's more basic girls, more like no hate to any of them. It's just like you can tell a lot of times, you can tell what type of girl or guy. I mean, I only see the girls' profiles, but when I go through my friends that are girls, when I go through their guy profiles, you can tell what kind of person they are based on what photos they chose or what photos they have. If they have a lot of photos that are really high res, nice of them, and they're not an actual model or like someone in the industry, then they're fucking narcissists, which is fine, but at least you know that. Like if you have high res photos, you're paying a photographer to take those.
What do you like? Have you got because I've seen a lot of male comics on like when I swipe, and I'm like,
yeah.
And do you do ones with you and the mic just so that you show?
I used to, and then I was like, nah. They know I'm a comedian. Like I have my Instagram profile up there, and it felt like I did one where I looked good in it, but I never did it as like a flex to be like, oh, look, I'm a comic. Because I don't really care or want to talk about that because people have already asked me about it enough. And it doesn't, like, it's my job. And I love doing it. But like, I've answered the questions you're going to ask 60 times. You know what I mean? So it's like, unless you're a comedy nerd and you want to talk to me specifically about certain comedians, then I might actually be into it because you are really into stand-up and I want to talk to you about it. But like I never flex and be like, oh, I'm a comic, because then people also like don't know how to deal with it, and they're like, oh, am I going to be in your fucking act? And I'm like, you're not interesting. No, like, you know.
No, I know exactly. Right, the stream is called Worst Day Ever. Deal. I feel like we're friends now. I feel like
you can call me Dill.
Thanks so much.
And the accent helps a lot.
Dill. Would you do?
Wait, where would you classify your accent from? Because I know there's a lot of different British accents. Yours isn't posh. It's not the ones from the, what are they called? The Royals. It's not like RP. Like, what is it?
I don't know. People in the comments tell me. I think it's a bit East Londony, but my accent does change. So I'm moving up north. So in about 2 weeks, I'll be talking like this, Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be talking
from
like
Yorkshire
that.
or whatever.
Yeah, from Lancashire. Yeah.
Lancashire. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Deals.
Yes.
Would you do me the honor and tell me the worst day ever?
Okay, so the worst date ever for me was, I think 3 years ago. I was in St. Louis and I was like kind of newly single, and I met this girl who was a friend of one of the guys I was staying with, and she was really hot. And I think I was 25 and she was like 32. And for me back then, I was like, whoa, like that's, like, oh, 30-year-old, like that's like, yeah, much older for me. And so started talking to her and we started vibing, whatever. And then she told me she was bi. And she was also like, I've only been with women for the past year. And I was like, okay. So I kind of thought like maybe it wouldn't work out. And then she was like, we should hang out tomorrow night. I was like, okay. And she took me to a gay bar, and we started like
a man gay or a lesbian gay?
Just both.
Ooh.
All of them gay, but like highly gay. I was like one of the only straight people. I was one of the only straight people there. and we're like sitting in this
hang on.
bar.
How do you know it was highly gay? We're just like, what's gave
The
the impression?
outfits, the looks I was getting, the people that were there. This was a very gay friendly bar, uber gay, and I loved it. I was like, this is great. There's karaoke, it's awesome. And we're there and we're drinking, and then she's like looking at me, and she goes like, you're gonna be the first guy I fuck in like a year. And I was like, oh my God. And a lot of people would be excited by that, but I was like, because the way my brain works, I was like, all the pressure. I was like, fuck, the first guy she's gonna fuck. I have to live up to all this, like, and so immediately I was like, oh, great. But in my head, I was like, shit. And I had some problems with women, like the past couple of months with a little bit of performance anxiety. So I was like, all right, fuck, like, I can't fuck this up. Can't fuck this up. This is like this hot bisexual 32-year-old with fake tits. Like, this is gonna be perfect. She had amazing fake tits, like amazing fake tits.
So just to stop you just there, did you not feel like? I feel like she didn't ask for your consent in this matter, Dylan. I feel like she just was.
I
like,
think she knew.
Fuck you.
You're right, but
You've
like
got no
she
choice.
assumed correctly that I was down.
All right.
So we get back to her place and we start hooking up, and it's great. And she's like saying all this stuff about like, oh, I can't wait for you to fuck me. Like, I haven't had a dick in so long. And I'm like, oh my God.
That must be really playing into the sort of like the porn, like the sort of sexual fantasy of like, my dick is so straight and potent, I can turn an almost gay woman straight again.
Yeah, it was, except that's not how my brain was thinking. My brain was like, damn, this chick wants to get fucked. And what happens if I can't do it?
No.
And then I couldn't do it. We had drank too much. I was trying to fuck her and I could not get it up. Like, I was trying so hard. It got to the point.
Were you
I tried to thumb it in. It didn't work. It got to the point where she was on her knees, like next to me, and she was like begging me. She goes, please fuck me, Dylan, please. Like literally like pushing her tits together. She's like, please, Dylan, please fuck me. And I'm like, and I remember I said like, I can't, I'm trying, I'm so sorry. And I look over on her wall. It's like 3:45 a.m. by now. And like she's basically given up. And I look at her wall and I see a bunch of whips, like horsetail whips. And I go, what are those? And she's like, oh, I mean, I'm like, into that and I do that. She's like, have you ever done it before? And I lied and said, yeah.
Oh no.
And so then she's like, okay, let's use them. So then I get behind her and I have never used it before. So I like don't want to hurt her. So then I give her like a limp dick whipping. And I just am like the little like puh, and like a barely slaps her, and she turns around, she goes, no, not like that, and she takes it and she goes whack, like right on my leg, and I go ah, and then I came. No, and then I slapped the shit out of her ass with the whips, and I then left 10 minutes later defeated from not only having addicted in work, I didn't slap her correctly at first and had to be hit by her, and I've never seen her again. And she's probably fucking girls again.
Can I ask? Have you put that in the wank bank? Have you wanked over that since that time?
I think I'm so traumatized by it that I can't even.
You can't revisit the memory.
I did have a picture on one of my old phones, but I think I lost it.
What was the picture of?
It was her. She like sent me a picture the next day. Yeah.
What
I'm telling you, she had great tits. She was like, I wish you were here. I wish we could like, redo last night or some shit. And I was like, I'm on a plane. Like, see you later. Like, yeah, it wasn't great.
I don't think
really fucked my ego up.
Yeah, mate. But
oh, she wasn't. Oh, she was also insane. So like, yeah.
How do you know that she was insane?
You could see it in her eyes. Also, that's another thing. Sometimes people that you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in guys' eyes. Yeah, you have it. Yeah.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah, you got crazy eyes.
But look, just see how far you've come now, Dylan. You're here on a stream where literally 3 people are watching it, and And you are, you're really look at
Yeah,
the full
yeah.
human being you're being
I've
right
come
now.
I've come so much farther. Yeah. I've really matured as a man.
I love that. So are you on a bit of a drought at the moment? What is this? There's no really. Are you like? Hang on, no. What positive things are you doing now that you're not dating or putting any energy? I'm assuming into dating or.
Oh, I'm still dating.
Are you? How?
I'm just not doing it as much. What do you mean? A Hinge, dating apps.
Yeah, but
It's still happening.
is it?
Yeah.
How?
New York is people are dating. It's
People
happening.
don't give a fuck. They're like, the
No,
world
we
is
get
turning.
COVID tests. Look, New York got it right. The rest of the world is showing that you guys maybe didn't fully. New York, we're doing pretty good. People are getting COVID tests. It's easy. It's also easier now to date than it was 5 months ago because it's easier to get a COVID test like within 2 days.
Got it.
But I mean, I'm not going on dates that I think are going to be meaningless. I'm also kind of seeing someone right now, so there's that. We'll see.
Hang on. So, what does that mean to see someone?
It means that every time I've hung out with her, I've enjoyed it enough to continue seeing her. That's what it means.
Okay.
Which,
good.
hey, that's sometimes all you can do is be like, oh, I want to, I don't hate being with you. And then you go, all right.
I'll see you again.
Exactly. Exactly.
Beth says you need to improve the wrist action, Dill. That is now your new nickname.
The wrist action?
Yeah, for the whips.
Oh yeah, dude, I needed to. Yeah, I had limp wrists, I had limp whips, and I had a limp dick. Everything was limp. Everything was limp.
Do you know what? Thanks. Go on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say thank you for coming on the stream and ask if there's.
Oh yeah, of course.
Where can people see you and find you? Maybe come and watch your podcast.
Yeah, you can. The way you say podcast is so much better than the way I say podcast. If I said podcast the way you said it, I wouldn't be embarrassed every single time to say the word podcast. Yeah, podcast. Podcast. So you can find me Dylan J Palladino, DylanJPalladino. On Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Everything is there. It's one central hub. You go, and then you can find everything else.
Yeah, thanks.
And then the wrists are strong.
The wrists are strong. He's been wanking a lot during these lockdowns. I love it. Thank you.
Honestly,
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dylan. We're going to say goodbye to you now. I'll come and talk to you in the green room in a minute. Just say thank you.
Right.
God, right. Bye, Dylan. All right, thank you. Go and check out Dylan's podcast, We Are All Psychos, just in those handles that he just did there. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Please, join me next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT, or is it BST? I don't know. It's UK time. Over on my Instagram and catch up on YouTube. If you want to support the stream, please do. I've got no money. Then drop me a donation. That was a little bit too beggy. Sorry. If you want to support the stream, then go ahead. PayPal.me/Eleanor Conway, or if you want to become a regular subscriber, I'm starting a new podcast. I think I'm going to call it Moving On, but I haven't quite decided. Sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/Eleanor Conway. Big thank you to everybody that has been watching it, supporting it. Thanks to Dylan and Liza. Look, I'll be back again, and I'll be doing it from my new flat, my new gaff. Way, Manchester. Here